Hi and welcome to Jagee's Cookbook. Now, this time I've got a delightfully lovely episode for all you vegetarians. Obviously, non-vegetarians can also see it, but it's just strictly for the vegetarians. And I'm going to show you one wonderful carrot soup. Okay, and we all know that carrots are very good for you. Okay, and the brighter the carrots, the better. That is more beta carotene. Now, we know, or we should know, that beta carotene or vitamin A is very good for your eyes, your vision, and also it helps in night blindness. Also, very, very necessary for young children to include carrots in the diet, and also very necessary for the elderly to include carrots into the diet, because this will prevent them from developing cataract. That is the leading cause of blindness in the elderly. So apart from vitamin A and everything, it also has vitamin C, B6, it has magnesium, has potassium, and a whole lot of fiber. So you have to include carrots in your diet. Now, the best way to include carrots in your diet is to soup it. Now, I'm going to cook this and soup it, and then you can easily ingest it, or you can consume the nutrients much easier than actually munching on a carrot, which takes a whole lot of jaw work. Now, apart from that, it's very necessary for you to, like I told you, to store these things very carefully. And also, obviously, do not try to discard all the shriveled and soft ones. Take the crisp ones and very colorful ones. So, for all of you, all you veggies out there, this carrot soup, healthy, colorful, and wonderful for you. Now, in this episode, I'm going to show you two types of soups. That is a carrot soup, Bugs Bunny's favorite vegetable, and a pea soup, green pea soup, that is. Now, two types of soup which are very nutritious, very, very easy. Now, for this, you need a base, okay? You need a base for the two soups, and I've got stock, vegetable stock here. What is vegetable stock? That's boiling out here. Now, I've got some leeks, carrots, one carrot actually, ginger, a little bit of onions, and garlic. That's it. That makes up my vegetable stock. Okay, so now this is the basis of both the soups I'm going to do today. And the first one is the carrot soup. I've got some wonderful carrots. Oh, they're so beautiful, aren't they? So really vibrant and orange. Now, when you actually go and choose carrots, go for very, very colorful, deep orange carrots, because the more the color, the more beta carotene. Okay? Now, beta carotene is actually very good for you, good for your vision, and it helps you to also see in the night. That is, helps in night vision too. Now, what I have to do first, okay, is just peel the carrots, okay, and you have to chop it just roughly, because what we're going to do is we're going to saute this, we're going to use the stock, cook it in the stock, the vegetable stock, and then we're going to puree it. And that's how we're going to make this wonderful soup. Now, apart from beta carotene, it also contains vitamin C and vitamin B6. It also contains a lot of potassium and manganese. Also, it's full of fiber. So please, please, please include carrots in your diets. They're very good. Young children, elderly, everyone should include carrots in their diet, because, like I said, it helps in vision. So it helps your eyes to keep their brightness and shining, and your sight. So it's very, very important. So first of all, now I've got these tops, okay. Actually, this is a root vegetable, as you all know. It goes down, okay. It grows down. It grows down in the soil, and this grows up. Now, we don't need this. So all we do is we just snip these off, okay. And with a peeler, so with a peeler, just peel it. Okay. There you go. And make sure, okay, when you actually buy carrots, make sure to go for the really bright ones, because the more the brighter, the better, the more nutrition. Okay. Okay. Now let's cut around 400 to 500 grams of carrots, good carrots. Now what I need is a leek. Okay. Now make sure it's washed and dried well, and all I have to do is cut off. We don't need this part, and you don't take the green part of the leek, you just take the white part of the leek. Okay, so just cut it. Now why I'm not adding onions is we're going to add stock, we're going to add the vegetable stock, and it has all the onions and the garlic and everything. Besides, I don't want the scraggly bits of onions and everything. That's why I just want the stock. I want to keep it simple and flavorful. This is my method. This is a bit fibrous, so you may need a sharp knife. Okay, what else going on? I'm going to heat the pressure cooker. Now I need the pressure cooker. Why? Because these are carrots, and carrots need to cook quite well because I want to puree them. Now it's not necessary that you need to use a pressure cooker. If you don't use a pressure cooker, you can use another pan. It's okay, but the only thing is that you have to wait even more, and I don't want to wait more. I just want to do everything quick. Now for this we need olive oil. Obviously, because it's a healthy dish, I'm going to use olive oil. Now, if you're making it for kids, you can use butter, a little bit of butter, and it is going to really taste very good. But I have to sacrifice on that. So, a little bit of olive oil or canola oil, anything, or even sunflower oil. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you have to go in search of olive oil. Here I am using a bit of olive oil. Now, that is going on there. Another thing what we need is, I'm sure you know coriander seeds. Okay, we need coriander in two types in this particular soup. We need coriander leaves, the fresh leaves, and we need seeds. Okay, now while that's going on, I'm going to do a little bit of jumbling up. We need some leeks, and that has to saute well. Okay, and then I need to dry roast, okay, some cumin seeds. Okay, these are cumin seeds, just a few, probably a teaspoon or something. That's it, a teaspoon. Okay, not too much cumin seed, and I want to dry roast it. Okay, so we'll keep this aside and just dry roast this for some time. While this goes on, we need to dry roast this. Dry roast it till the aroma comes out. That's it. You don't need to, make it brown or anything. Just till the aroma comes out. So a teaspoon, for this amount, a teaspoon of coriander seeds. Okay. Now while this goes on, I need, well, a little bit of garlic. You can mince it in, chop it in any way, no problem. Because finally, I'm going to puree it in the blender. So it doesn't make any difference. And just keep on sauteing this. Keep an eye on that because it has to have a lovely smell. Okay. And then we need to just chop our carrots. And when this is half done, sort of soft and transparent, all we have to do is just chop this in. That's all. Again. Okay, so that's done. So just saute this together. Now, my coriander seeds have been dry roasted. Okay, they're hot still. Just around a teaspoon. Ouch! It's hot. And then just saute this together. Okay, so the leeks, then the carrots, and then the coriander seeds. All together, saute it well. Now add the salt. Do not add salt in the stock. It is a rule in cooking. Whenever you make stock, whether it's vegetable stock, beef stock, chicken stock, fish stock, any stock, do not salt it. Okay, it's against the rules of cooking. You only have to salt when you actually use the stock. When you're making the soup or making anything what you're doing, you have to salt it then. But the actual salt, the actual stock is without salt. So right now I'm going to add salt into the carrot soup, or the ingredients of the carrot soup. Just a bit, okay, and saute this. That's it, enough of sauteing. Now what we do is, we need a soup spoon, and I'm going to just pour some stock, vegetable stock, okay, into this. Just a bit, that's it. We'll need this, okay, just leave that there. Now the last step is to put some coriander, not leaves, I need the coriander stems, okay. Now these are some fresh coriander which has been washed and everything, and all I do is, it's been washed well, don't worry, and I need the stems, okay, not this part, just the stems. And just going to put this on and put the lid on, and all this has to cook well. So until that's cooked, let's take a break. This is cooked, and I've taken out the whole pressure and everything. It's actually supposed to subside the pressure on its own, but here I forced it because of the lack of time. Now what we do is we have to puree this, okay. For this you need a blender, and also we have to take out some things. We have to take out all the coriander stems, okay, because these coriander stems are not necessary for this. All the flavor and all the oils has been actually released into the water, so this is not necessary. And what I need to do now is just to puree this. We have to puree this in a real good blender so that you get a very smooth consistency, and you get that smoothness and that creaminess. Now here I'm going to use my blender, and now obviously we have to wait a bit, but I don't have the time, so it hasn't actually cooled down well. Try to cool it well and then blend it, okay. So take out, don't put the stock, just put the pieces of carrots and leek, and obviously the coriander seeds, okay. You can add a bit of stock just to aid it along. Don't add too much, otherwise it's going to splatter all over your face. You don't need that. This must be done. Lovely. It has that coriander hit, you know, with the coriander seeds and the coriander. Actually, carrots and coriander really get along really well, and both of them are very good for you. Now we'll put it back here, and I'm going to make it into a soup. It's one piece of carrot, don't worry, I'm going to eat it. Now what I do is just pour this back into the pureed carrots. I'm going to pour it back into the cooker. You don't need to cook it again or pressure cook it again because it's done, okay. All you need is now some more stock. Now actually I had put a little bit of peppercorns, whole peppercorns into the vegetable stock. So this has a bit of spice in it anyway. I have not put pepper into the actual soup. You can do that according to your own taste and desire. So a little bit of stock, okay. Just mix it up well. Now, you have to add the stock according to how much you like the consistency of the soup. If you want it very thick, add less. If you want it very light, add more. It's all according to one's own taste. And then we're going to reheat it. Okay, this is it. Okay, even though we haven't put any cream or butter or anything, it's yet very creamy. Just look at the consistency of this. It's very creamy and it's really, very, very tasty. Now, I'm going to take it as this consistency. Okay, you can make it thicker or thinner according to your desire, and you have to adjust with the stock you have. All I have to do is reheat it, and then you can put a little bit of butter or cream on top for garnishing if you want to. If it's like I intended it to be healthy, just add your desired seasonings like salt and pepper according to your taste, and then you can have your soup. Now, before that, okay, after we actually transfer this, we need a little bit, or before we actually transfer this, we need a little bit of celery. Just a stalk of celery, okay? Just a bit. And also, we need garnishing as the coriander leaves, because obviously we have put coriander into the carrot soup, so we need a coriander garnish too. Now, this has reheated well. All we need to do is just pour it into a soup bowl. Look at this beautiful color. It's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. It's very appealing to your eyes. It's carrot. It's very appealing for your eyes and totally healthy. Okay, that's that. Now, as a garnish, we obviously need some cilantro leaves or coriander leaves. Okay. Now, this you can do, just snip it in, no problem. According to your taste and desire, then you can add your salt and pepper, and you're ready with your carrot soup. Next, we're waiting for our pea soup, green pea soup.